What bugs me? Logical fallacies.
There is no stopping little beings. We'll soon be here.
How dare you, insect? How dare you interrupt my ascendance?
You know what bugs me? Philosophy. And what the heck does this have to do with pest control? Well, I'm going to tell you. This philosophy, I believe, is the main cause for bad old wives' tales. Let me give you an example. So a rooster crows immediately before sunrise. Therefore, the rooster causes the sun to rise. Now, we know this is ridiculous. A rooster doesn't have some magical ability to make the sun rise. That's someone else's job. This day and age, in all the cries to listen to the science, people have lost the ability to use the scientific method. Reasoning to come to a conclusion. We are surrounded by cognitive dissonance informing what we believe. Post hoc is one of the many logical fallacies where correlation appears to suggest causality. The fallacy lies in a conclusion based solely on the order of events, rather than taking into account other factors potentially responsible for that result that might rule out the connection. Hence, the rooster crows immediately before sunrise, therefore the rooster causes the sun to rise. It's ridiculous. An example in the pest world goes kind of something like this. Twice I saw a snake on Tuesday after the rain. Therefore, I have snakes and they come out on Tuesdays after the rain. Now, is there any science to prove that? No. This is a big assumption based on a coincidence. The problem is that now you will define all your actions based on that belief and you'll act accordingly. First, you saw two snakes a week apart. You've lived there for 20 years and you've only seen a snake once in a half a blue moon. Does this mean your yard looks like an Indiana Jones film? No. To add to your anxiety, there will always be snakes outside. Just because you happen to see one doesn't mean a thing. Second, it was Tuesday. So, do you think the snake has a Hooters calendar in his hole and marks off the days until Tuesdays when he comes out to slither and torment Karen? Doubtful. Maybe Tuesday is when your schedule puts you heading to the car for your weekly appointment at the perfect time when Nagina decide to sun themselves. Third, you saw the snake twice after a rain. Therefore, you think that they only come out after a rain. Did it ever occur to you that maybe they stayed under shelter and wanted to sun themselves after it got done raining? That doesn't mean the only time they're out of their hole is Tuesdays after a rain. It's a logical fallacy. Here's a bug example. I have a bite on my arm, and I saw a spider. Therefore, that spider is what bit me. Well, first, there's no way to tell the bug from the bite. Seriously, I don't care what your neighbor Karen said. Neither me nor a doctor can tell what bit you by what your arm bump looks like. That's the reality. Second, spiders don't eat people. The only reason for a spider to bite is to quickly tell you to get away from them. Most spiders can't even physically penetrate your skin, and the dreaded brown recluse can't bite you without extra outside pressure added. 99% of people here in East Tennessee who say they have seen or have been bitten by a brown recluse are full of it. Third, the other reason for a bite is to drink your blood. If you feel it, you would react, and they wouldn't get to eat. So they numb you and use anticoagulants. That's what gives you the reaction, not the physical bite. That reaction you have can show up to 5 minutes later or the next day, so you can't even define a timeline, much less a specific culprit. And spiders don't drink your blood. To make this more complicated, there are medical conditions that can cause what looks like insect bites, so you can come to a conclusion based on bad information. So here's another example. Then I'll get to why this matters. You see a couple ladybugs. This sets you off and you go nuclear. You head to the Wally World and buy everything that has ladybugs on it. You bomb, you spray, you glue, you trap, you bait. Works. You do everything. And you don't see any more. Victory, right? No. First, none of that is going to get rid of ladybugs. The technical reasons are for another video, which I'll link in the description. Just trust me on this one. Number 2, seeing a couple ladybugs doesn't mean you have an apocalyptic infestation requiring a flamethrower. You saw a couple, not a million. Seal some holes and be done with it. It's much cheaper and it's safer. Third, the assumption that your pesticide nuke is what made them go away is problematic. You didn't have a problem in the first place, so how can your solution fix a problem that didn't exist? The other side of this is ladybugs are seasonal. They overwinter late fall before the first frost till around spring. You aren't seeing them because it's December and it's 25 degrees outside. Another layer is this causation fallacy, is because A, therefore B, and that doesn't pan out scientifically. Just because you have a wart doesn't mean you've been kissing toads. The problem here is layered. Ignorance of pest biology can cause you to do the wrong thing and make it worse. Your solution must be entomologically sound. That's why you need me. Because I have the knowledge. I'm an associate certified entomologist, not just a bug man. So when you tell me that your magical unicorn fart jelly got rid of your bed bugs, you haven't thought this through. You want to know what bugs me? Causation fallacy. But I'd love to kill those bugs.
Look at me.
You're killing me, Snarls.
They're dead, all right? Can I go now?
I stand upon my desk to remind myself that we must constantly look at things in a different way.